Good afternoon, dear students. Today I will complete the topic the planes. Let us start with distance between two parallel planes. Suppose ax plus by plus cz plus d1 equal to 0 and ax plus by plus cz plus d2 equal to 0 be two parallel planes. We know when two planes are parallel, coefficient of x, y, z are same for two parallel planes. Now, if these are the two parallel planes, then distance between the planes will be, so distance between the plane will be modulus of d2 minus d1 constant term minus constant term by root of r a square plus b square plus c square within modulus sign. Okay, the proof is very simple. Proof is given in NCERT book and you will get the proof in any reference book. So I'm not proving the theorem, but it's very simple, very easy proof. There is very simple proof of this theorem. Okay, so I'm not proving it. Now I'll solve some questions. Now let us solve this question. Find the distance between the parallel planes x plus y minus z plus 4 equal to 0, x plus y minus z plus 5 equal to 0. Clearly these two planes are parallel. You can see coefficient of x, y, z are same in both the equations. So required distance applying this formula will be d2 minus d1, so 5 minus 4 by root of r, coefficient of x square, coefficient of y square, coefficient of z square. Ultimately the distance will be 1 by root 3 unit. Next question is find the distance between the parallel planes 2x minus y plus 3z minus 4 equal to 0 and 6x minus 3y plus 9z plus 13 equal to 0. Now you can see these two planes here, a1 by a2, 2 by 6 equal to 1 by 3, minus 1 by minus 3 is 1 by 3, 3 by 9 is 1 by 3. So for these two equations, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, and therefore the planes are parallel. But one thing we can say is that here coefficient of x, y, z are not same in these two equations. Where you can see in this equation coefficient of x, y, z were same. The theorem we have written here also coefficient of x, y, z were same. Now you can see the first equation is 2x minus y plus 3z, second equation is 6x minus 3y. So these are the two given equations. If we multiply the first equation by 3, we will get 6x minus y plus 9z minus 12 equal to 0. And now you can see coefficient of x, y, z in both the equations are same. Suppose this is the equation 1, this is the equation 2. And now we will find the distance between these two planes by using this particular formula. Okay, here coefficient of x, y, z are same. Now, so required distance equal to modulus of d2 minus d1. It will be 13 minus 12 by root of r, coefficient of x square, 6 square, 1 square, 9 square. This is the required distance. If to simplify, this will be 25 and this will be, so this equal to root of r 118. So this is the required distance between the given parallel planes. Now here I have committed one mistake. I have multiplied this equation by 3. So this should be 6x minus 3y, not y, 3y, 6x minus 3y. Now this will be 6 square minus 3 square. And this will become root of r 126, not 118, 126. So ultimately the answer will be 25 by 3 root 14. This is the required answer. Now the next topic is foot of the perpendicular from a point upon a plane and image of a point with respect to a plane. Now going back to this particular theorem, suppose a plane passes through x1, y1, z1, or x1, y1, z1 is a point on a plane. and A, B, C are direction ratios of the normal to the plane, then the equation of the plane will be equation of this plane will be A into x minus x1 plus B into y minus y1 plus C into z minus z1 is equal to 0. This is the equation of this plane. So this is the theorem, equation of a plane through a given point and normal to a given vector or given line. Now if we multiply, we will get ax plus by plus cz minus of ax1 by1 cz1 is equal to 0. So equation of this plane is now this. Now one thing you notice is that the coefficient of x, y and z, that is a, b, c. What are a, b, c? In the equation of the plane, a, b, c are direction ratios of the normal to the plane. You say a, b, c are direction ratios of the normal to the plane, and in the equation of the plane, a, b, c are the coefficients of x, y and z. What I want to say is that suppose equation of a plane is this. Equation of a plane is 2x minus 3y plus 4z minus 10 equal to 0. If the equation of a plane is this, then the coefficient of x, y and z, that is 2, minus 3 and 4, will be the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. This is perpendicular to the plane and its direction ratios will be 2, minus 3 and 4 using this particular theorem. If ABC are direction ratios of normal, then this is the equation of the plane, and in the equation of the plane you can see coefficient of x are A, coefficient of y is B, coefficient of z is C, and what are ABC? The direction ratios. So the direction ratios are actually the coefficients of x, y, z in the equation of the plane. So in the equation of the plane, coefficients of x, y and z are actually direction ratios of the normal to the plane, and this is the thing I want to say. Okay, now this is a very important and frequently asked question. Find the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point 1, 3, 4 in the plane 2x minus y plus z plus 3 equal to 0. Suppose this is the given plane 2x minus y plus z plus 3 equal to 0, and this is the given point 1, 3, 4. From this point a perpendicular is drawn upon the plane. Suppose the given point is P. A perpendicular is drawn. The perpendicular meets the plane at the point N. This is called foot of the perpendicular. We have to find coordinates of the point N. And next we have to find image of the point with respect to this plane as mirror. If this is the object, P is the object, P is the point, this is that object distance, this is the distance of the point P from the plane, Pn is the distance of the point P from the plane. We have to find image of the point. I am coming to this later. First of all, let us find the foot of the perpendicular. Okay, so first let us denote the given point by P. So let P134 be the given point. Pn is drawn perpendicular upon the given plane. To find the foot of the perpendicular, to find the coordinates of n. First of all, I will write the equation of Pn. This is the line Pn. This line Pn passes through 1, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 3, 4 is a point on the line. Now we know if a line passes through x1, y1, z1, and if ABC are direction ratios of the line, then the equation of the line will be x minus x1 by A equal to y minus y1 by B equal to z minus z1 by C. Okay, so if to write the equation of a line, we need a point on the line and the direction ratios of the line. One more thing I want to say, if the equation of a plane is suppose this 2x minus 3y plus 4z minus 10 equal to 0, then we know the coefficients of x, y and z will be the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. So if the equation of a plane is given, that means direction ratios of the normal are also given, 2 minus 3 4. Now using these two theorem, I will write the equation of Pn. The equation of Pn is Pn passes through 1 3 4. So x minus 1 equal to y minus 3 is equal to z minus 4. Pn passes through 1 3 4. So this. Now you can see the equation of the plane is this, 2x minus y plus z plus 3 equal to 0. So what are coefficient of x, y and z? 2 minus 1 minus 1. And 2 minus 1 1 are actually direction ratios of the normal to the plane. This is perpendicular to the plane, normal to the plane. Its direction ratios will be 2 minus 1 1. So 2 minus 1 1. So this is the equation of Pn. Okay, Pn passes through this point and its direction ratios are known as equation of the plane is given. Coefficient becomes the direction ratios of the normal. So equal to lambda c. From this we will get x equal to 2 lambda plus 1, y equal to minus lambda plus 3, z equal to lambda plus 4. So 2 lambda plus 1 minus lambda plus 3 lambda plus 4 is an arbitrary point on this line. This is actually equation of Pn, is an arbitrary point. This is an arbitrary point on the line Pn. Arbitrary point means for different values of lambda we will get different points on this line, and for some value of lambda this will become the coordinates of n, because n is also a point on this line. For some value of lambda this will become the coordinates of n, and this point n lies on this plane, and therefore n will satisfy the equation of the plane. So I will write in this way: at the point of intersection, I will put these coordinates, these three values. Here I will replace x by this, y by this, and z by this. So for some value of lambda, this will represent the point n, and n lies on the plane. So this point will satisfy the equation of the plane. Now from this I will find the value of lambda. So from this we get lambda equal to minus 1. So when lambda equal to minus 1, this point will represent the coordinates of n. So putting lambda equal to minus 1, we will get the foot of the perpendicular. So here we will replace lambda by minus 1. So the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular will be, putting lambda equal to minus 1 is minus of 1, 4 and 3. Putting lambda equal to minus 1 here, we get the coordinates of foot of the perpendicular. Now we have to find, this is the first part. This is the first part of the solution, to find the foot of the perpendicular, which is this. Next part, we have to find the image of the point P with respect to this plane as mirror. Now as we know, object distance is equal to image distance. The image of the point P will form somewhere here, P dash. Suppose P dash is the image. Suppose P dash is the image of the point P. Now if P dash is the image, then NP dash will be equal to NP, as object distance equal to image distance, and N will be the midpoint of PP dash. So let P dash XYZ, let P dash XYZ be the image of P. So we have assumed P dash, you see, P dash XYZ is the image of P with respect to the given plane. P dash is the image of P with respect to the given plane. Okay, now as NP equal to NP dash, N is the midpoint of PP dash. So using the formula for midpoint, x plus 1 by 2. Therefore, x plus 1 by 2, x coordinate plus x coordinate by 2 equal to coordinate of midpoint, which is minus 1. Y plus 3 by 2 equal to coordinates of midpoint, which is 4. And z plus 4, z coordinate plus z coordinate, so z plus 4 by 2 is equal to z coordinate of midpoint is 3, so this will be 3. So values of x, y, z are minus 3, 5, 2. So required image of the given point will be minus 3, 5, 2. So the required image of the given point are minus 3, 5 and 2. So the image of the point 1, 3, 4 with respect to the given plane are p dash, or coordinates of p dash are minus 3, 5 and 2. Now our next topic is coplanar lines. Coplanar means this condition for which two given lines will lie in the same plane. Let us consider the lines r vector equal to a1 plus lambda b1 vector and r vector equal to a2 plus lambda b2 vector. We have considered two straight lines. Let us suppose that these two straight lines are coplanar. They lie on the same plane. Suppose these two lines lie on the same plane. Now consider the first line, r vector equal to a1 vector plus lambda b1 vector. What is a1 vector? A1 means a point on the first line. A1 vector is a point on the first line. Suppose this is the point A, his position vector is a vector and the first line passes through this. What is b1 vector? b1 vector shows the direction of first line. Similarly, a2 vector is a point. Let me write this as A and write this as B. a2 vector is a point. a2 vector is a point on the second line and the direction ratios of the second line is represented by b2 vector. b2 vector shows the direction of second line. Now if we join these two, AB vector, these two lines lie completely on the plane. A is a point on the plane, B is also a point on the plane. If we join AB vector, if we join A and B, AB vector lies on the plane. AB vector lies on the plane. And now direction of B1 vector represents direction of this vector, B2 vector represents direction of this vector. B1, B2 lies on this plane. So B1 cross B2 vector, B1 cross B2 vector is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane, because both these two lines, B1 vector, B2 vector, B1 and B2 both lie on this plane. B1 represents direction of first line, B2 vector represents direction of second line. So B1 cross B2 vector will be a vector which is perpendicular to the plane. As B1 cross B2 is perpendicular to the plane, B1 cross B2 will be perpendicular to the line joining A and B, because the line AB also lies on the plane. So AB vector, this line AB vector and B1 cross B2 vector are perpendicular. So AB vector and B1 cross B2 vector, B1 cross B2 is perpendicular to the plane, like this, perpendicular to the plane. They are perpendicular, so their dot product will be equal to 0. So AB vector dot B1 cross B2 is equal to 0. Dot product of these two will be 0. Now AB vector equal to position vector of B, which is A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 cross B2 vector is equal to 0. So this is the condition for which the given lines will be coplanar, and this is in vector form. This is in vector form. This is a vector form. This is the condition for which these two given lines are coplanar. These two lines will lie in the same plane if A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 is equal to 0. Now suppose P, whose position vector is r vector, be any arbitrary point on the plane. Suppose P with position vector r vector be any point on the plane. Now P is any point on the plane if we join A and P. So AP vector will lie completely on the plane. AP vector will lie on the plane, and as AP lie on the plane, AP vector will be perpendicular to this vector B1 cross B2. AP vector will be perpendicular to B1 cross B2. So the dot product of these two vector will be 0. AP vector means position vector of P minus position vector of A. These two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product will be equal to 0. So r minus a vector, r vector minus a vector dot b1 cross b2 equal to 0. This will give us the equation of this plane, equation of the plane in vector form. Here I have taken AP vector, we can take BP vector also. BP vector also lies on the same plane. BP will be perpendicular to this, and r minus, I think this will be r minus A1 vector, this is A1 vector actually, A1 vector. So r minus A1. Similarly, if we take the point B, if we in place of AP, if we take BP vector also perpendicular to B1 cross B2, and from that we will get the equation of the plane is r minus A2 dot B1 cross B2 equal to 0. That also will give us the equation of the plane. So equation of the plane, equation of the plane in vector form is this. Suppose two lines are given. These two lines will be coplanar if this dot B1 cross B2 equal to 0. And if these two lines are coplanar, then the equation of the plane containing them, the equation of this plane which contains these two lines will be this. Or it will be r minus A2 vector dot B1 cross B2 equal to 0. We can take A1 vector or we can take A2 vector. And now I will write the condition for coplanarity of two lines when the equations are given in Cartesian form. Let x minus x1 by a1, y minus equal to y minus y1 by b1 equal to z minus z1 by c1, and x minus x2 by a2 equal to y minus y2 by b2 equal to z minus z2 by c2. These are two given lines. Now these two lines will be coplanar. The given lines will be coplanar if the value of this determinant x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1, a1, b1, c1, which are directional ratios of first line, a2, b2, c2, directional ratios of second line, if value of this determinant equal to 0, which we can derive easily from this condition. We can easily derive from this particular condition. Taking a1 equal to x1i plus y1j plus z1k, etc., we can easily prove this particular theorem. And the equation of the plane containing the lines, will be x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, and a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, determinant equal to 0. Now if we replace x minus x1 by x minus x2, y minus y1 by y minus y2, and this by z minus z2, then also we will get the equation of same plane. This is actually equation of a plane. This actually represents equation of a plane which contains these two lines. This is the equation of a plane. Now we can take x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1 in the first row, or we can take x minus x2, y minus y2, z minus z2 here. In both the cases, we will get the same equation, and which will represent the equation of this plane. And this is the condition for which these two lines will lie in the same plane. This is the condition for which these two lines will be coplanar. These two lines lies in the same plane. Let us solve one question. So let us solve this question. Show that the lines this and this are coplanar. Also find the equation of the plane containing them. Okay, so first of all, for this equation, let us find the point on this line. Here x1 equal to -1, y1 equal to 3, z1 equal to -2, and this a1, b1, c1. a1 is equal to -3, b1 is equal to 2, and c1 is equal to 1. x1, y1, z1 is a point on the plane, and this -3, 2, 1 are the direction ratios. Sorry, -1, 3, -2 is a point on this line, and -3, 2, 1 are direction ratios of the line. Similarly, and x2, here second point is 0, because x minus 0, so 0, y2 equal to 7, and z2 equal to -7, and a2 equal to 1, b2 equal to -3, c2 is equal to 2. Okay, so first of all, I have written what is x1, y1, z1, a1, b1, c1, etc. Now I will find x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1 is equal to 1. y2 minus y1 is equal to 4. And z2 minus z1 is equal to minus of 5. Now I will find the value of this determinant, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Now replacing x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, actually here I have replaced this by the values of x2 minus x1, y2 minus z1, z2 minus z1, putting the values of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, we get this determinant. Now I will find the value of this determinant. You can see the value of the determinant is 0. Okay, so as value of the determinant is 0, that means these two lines are coplanar. These two lines lie in the same plane. So I have written the given lines are coplanar. Given lines are coplanar. Now we will find the equation of the plane on which these two lines lie. Okay. So the equation of the plane containing the lines is, now see. Now you can take either numerator of first line or numerator of second line. Let us take numerator of first line. I will write in this way. See, the numerator of the first line are x plus 1, y minus 3, z plus 2. I will write x plus 1, y minus 3, z plus 2. This is actually x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1. Or you can write the numerator of second line, either these 3 or these 3. You will get same answer. Next, direction ratios, -3 to 1, -3 to 1 of first line, and direction ratios of second line, 1 minus 3 2, 1 minus 3 2, equal to 0. This will give us the equation of the plane containing the given lines. Let us expand this determinant. Now expanding this determinant, we get 7 into x plus 1, 7 into y minus 3, 7 into z plus 2 is equal to 0. Dividing by 7, we get x plus 1 plus y minus 3 plus z plus 2 is equal to 0. So ultimately, x plus y plus z equal to 0 is the required equation of the plane which contains the given lines, that is these two lines. So equation of the plane containing these two lines is this, and this is the procedure. So that's all. Now if the equations are given in vector form, just change the equations to Cartesian form and proceed in this way. In the Cartesian form, the calculation will be easier. Okay, so that's all. This was the topic, the planes. So that was 3-dimensional geometry. That's all for today. Thank you.